Today's society is controlled by the mass media. On every street corner and in every home, mass media extends its influence through popular mediums such as television, radio, internet, newspaper, and magazines. Media tells us what to buy, what to wear, how to act, and it seems society as a whole has lost all sense of individuality. The consumer market is based off the need for unnecessary necessity, or in other words, wanting something you have absolutely no need for. This market is fueled by constant pressures of advertisements. This form of mass media is easily distributed through any means available. You can't turn on a TV, click on an internet site, tune into a radio station, or flip through a magazine without being affected by some form of advertising. Don't believe me? Try to remember how many times you've seen or heard a commercial selling the newest iPod, a tasty ice-cold beer, or fancy car, or indestructible truck. Fashion trends come and go from year to year. From mullets to afros, parachute pants to leg warmers, these trends were made famous through music videos, movies, and television shows. These forms of entertainment media not only wore the trendy clothes, but they also made them cool and hip, turning fashion into a sort of subculture. The mullet was popular since the 1970s, and is still visible to some extent, usually associated with the hard rock and heavy metal scene. This haircut was described as business in the front and party in the back. I can also remember when parachute pants were popular in the 80s. These hideous pairs of pants were made famous by the rapper MC Hammer and his music video Can't Touch This. Today, trends are still shaped by the same forms of entertainment. Because of television and other forms of mass media, girls are starting to wear more revealing clothes at a younger age. This is thanks to the Britney Spears types who, with their hypersexuality, cloud the media with their perfect image of what a woman should be. Ultimately unrealistic, society continues to go with the trend, and thus focusing themselves to change or adjust to the mass media. The unrealistic image of a woman also influences how we act as a society. Mass media feeds us sexuality, which leads to the quest for lust and sexual desire. The constant bombardment of sex in the media forces us to think about sex all the time. The rich businessmen who control the consumer market use the slogan, "Sex sells," as the epitome of their best seller. By associating sex with all sorts of commodities, they can increase the exposure associated with that product. If you're not convinced that the media has taught us to act a certain way in regards to sex, they've already told you what to buy and how to dress anyways. Although there is no way to avoid mass media and advertising, it is important to be aware of them and to understand their underlying messages.